So the question comes up about what are the maximum and minimum dollar amounts in this program. If you're looking at energy efficiency projects, the minimum grant amount is $1,500. The maximum grant amount is $250,000. If you're looking at renewable energy, minimum grant amount is $2,500 and the maximum is $500,000. And for feasibility studies, it's $50,000. Of course, on these grants, you are limited to 25%. You're limited to 25%. The remaining 75% must come from non-federal sources, including loans, investors, your own assets, or any available state or local grants. So what about funding? Well, in 2011, rural development in Texas funded 67 projects totaling $1.89 million. For fiscal year 2012, $31 million has been designated for this program nationwide. We have yet to receive our funding for 2012, so I can't tell you how much that will be. But I will stress, again, there is a special set aside for grants of $20,000 or less. So when's the deadline? Well, the deadline will be announced sometime in the near future. It's anticipated to be sometime in June 2012. However, we're taking applications right now. If you're interested in the program, now's the time to get started. Don't wait until June to get started on it. A complete application must be received by USDA before any cost of the project is incurred. Please don't go out and replace pumps and then apply for this, because we can't help you. You got to apply for this first before that takes place. As far as requirements for a complete REAP grant application, step one, you choose an application template off our website. You choose the template that's based upon the type of application and the cost of your project. Step two, a technical report specific to the type of project and technology is required. Links to technical report worksheets are also on our website with total eligible project cost of less than $200,000 are in one spot, and then in another spot there are templates for those greater than $200,000. Step three, of course, with any government program, there are application forms that have to be completed. If you're one of those people that love doing government paperwork, then this doesn't interest you. But if you are one of those people that don't love doing government paperwork, we do have a packager here in Amarillo, Franny Nuttall from Nuttall Consulting. She has been packaging these for several years, has been very successful. She does not work for the U.S. government, so she does charge a fee. You can call Franny at that phone number and talk to her about it. And she does know that I put it on my slide, so it won't be a shock to her if you call her. I told her that I was going to put it on this slide, and she said that was fine. But she's helped several farmers. Basically, she tells you what you need to get, and she puts it all together and packages it and turns it into our state office. Like I said, you can do it yourself. If you go into our website, it has the step-by-step how to do it. If you need assistance, you can call Franny, and she'll gladly talk to you about it. Question comes up about energy audits or energy assessments. If you're doing energy efficiency improvements, we require an energy audit when total project costs are greater than $50,000, or an energy assessment with total eligible project cost of less than $50,000. Our agency strongly recommends that you obtain an energy audit rather than the assessment. An energy audit is just a report conducted by an energy manager or professional engineer that focuses on potential projects and involves detailed gathering of data and engineering analysis. Down here I put Nick Kenny's name. He was the gentleman who introduced me a while ago. Nick works for the AgriLife Extension Service and has been involved in several of these REAP projects as far as energy audits are concerned. And I'm sure he'll be glad to talk to you about it if you're interested. Of course, anything that we do involves environmental issues. We do the necessary environmental reviews, and we do these before the application is considered for approval. So since we're doing these, it doesn't cost you anything for an environmental review. I mentioned earlier that this program includes guaranteed loans. Here's a chart showing the guaranteed loan program. The most important thing on here, it talks about the amount of any combined grant and guaranteed loan cannot exceed 75% of eligible project cost. So even if you did a guarantee and a grant, you're still going to have to come up with 25% somewhere else. But a guaranteed loan is made through your local banker, and the government, if it's for $600,000 or less, the government can issue a guarantee of up to 85% of the amount of the loan. The minimum amount of a guaranteed loan is $5,000. Maximum is $25 million. We haven't done any of those $25 million ones yet, but it's there. The maximum loan term, 30 years, machinery and equipment, 20 years are the useful life. There is a guarantee fee that has to be paid. And as far as borrower types, it's ag producers and rural small businesses again. There is a community size down there, but that does not apply to farmers and ranchers. As far as grants for feasibility studies, I think we had 2 of these this past year in the Texas Panhandle, South Plains area. As I mentioned before, the maximum is $50,000 or 25% of the eligible project cost, whichever or less. It can use to pay for services, necessary evaluations needed for the feasibility study. The rest of the information is the same as the others. There is some great REAP information on our website, www.rev.usda.gov/TX_energy.html. I'll keep that up there a minute for those that are writing it down. Everybody got it that need it? We also have it over at our booth if you want to come by our booth. This is the website that I just gave you. You can go into it, and like I said, it has templates. It has all the regulations, has all the forms. It tells you where you can go to get that information. Another shot of that same website. Things I want you to remember. Number 1, REAP is a competitive program. Number 2, REAP applicants must be the owner of the project and control the operation and maintenance of the project. We accept applications year-round. We encourage potential applicants to start planning their project as soon as possible. Like I said, don't wait until June. It takes a while to get this information together, so now's the time to get started. Other things to remember, the applicant or the applicant's contractor is responsible for all interim financing. Only proven commercially available technology is available. Thing I can't stress enough, a complete application must be received by USDA before any of the project cost is incurred. We had some people last year in another part of the state that did all the work and then applied for the grant, and they were not able to be assisted. Can't stress enough, research before you buy, especially if you're looking at wind turbines, solar energy, anything like that. Please get references, call people, find out how good this company is before you sign your name on a dotted line. Other things to remember, REAP grant funds are not released until the project is completed and working properly. And the notice of funding availability usually comes out in the spring, and grants are generally awarded in late summer. There were some that were awarded in September this past year, but generally they come out in August, early September. Thank you, and do we have any questions? Once again, our booth is next door over in the far corner. We have frequently asked question handouts. We have all kinds of information we can give you over there.